The Tripybara presents Summer Rain. Content warning, menacing theme, descriptions of violence, and disturbing images. Seriously, a dude gets graphically eaten alive in this one, so maybe not everyone's cup of tea. As the rain poured down that hot summer night, three friends staggered their way home. Laughing and singing, they merrily made their way through the streets, before they decided to cut through the park. The lights of the city danced in the distance as they stumbled toward the brightly lit bridge, the busy road below still full of traffic even this late at night. As they loudly made their way over the bridge, Zach suddenly disappeared, snatched by a near-silent whooshing sound, made by something hidden on top of the streetlight. At first, the friends didn't notice that Zach was gone, until they heard a muffled noise above them. They looked up, and burst into laughter at the sight of Zach hanging upside down. The ridiculousness of the situation was contagious to the drunk group, and even Zach burst into laughter. None of them had even the slightest sense of the ambush they had just stumbled into. Until Zach's laughter turned to screaming. The kind of screaming that can't be acted or imitated. The type of screaming that only a creature being eaten alive can make. The friends watched in horror as the lightning in the sky revealed the silhouette of a giant praying mantis. Its long legs perching it high into the darkness of the night, the creature was even bigger than the streetlight itself. The mantis took tiny bites out of their friend, slowly devouring him from his hip down. The blood spurted from Zach's torn veins, and dripped from the mantis' mashing mandibles. Zach was frozen in terror, as enormous claws pinned his arms to his chest, and the remaining parts of his body went into a state of paralysis. His friends could only stare in disbelief as the giant insect consumed Zach in front of them, tiny bite by tiny bite. As the mantis continued to feed, the two remaining friends ran off in panic, hoping to find help. As they ran back toward the city, the music of the clubs grew louder and their friends' screams were drowned out completely. The drunk partying crowds throughout the city looked at the women screaming about a giant mantis, in amusement and mockery. But no one took them seriously. As dawn finally broke, the two friends collapsed to the pavement, exhausted and defeated. When they returned to the bridge, the mantis and Zach were gone. Only a small trace of blood, washing away in the gutter, remained. The two friends could only stand there, frozen in fear and disbelief at the horrors they had witnessed. As they sobered up in the morning sun, and realizing no one would ever believe them, they decided the only thing to do was report their friend as missing. Weeks and months went by, and the two friends rarely spoke. In order to save their sanity, their minds began to question what had really happened. Until one autumn day when the friends decided to meet and talk. But as they both approached the cafe on Main Street, the horrific reality was already waiting for them. For over the course of those long hot months, Main Street had become entirely covered in posters of all the people who had disappeared throughout the summer. For more horror shorts, find me, the Tripybara, on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you enjoyed today's video, please consider buying me a coffee. Squeak squeak.